Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey everybody, it's a My Day Monday.
It's a My Day Monday.
My Day Monday. It's a My Day Monday. You know what it is. We're back at it again. Welcome back, everybody. It's a My Day Monday. You know what it is. We're back at it again. Oh man, it feels so good to be back. It feels so good to be back speaking to you guys, sharing my thoughts on a Monday morning. Right? Okay, so today I want to talk about the reason I believe we as Africans are natural creatives, right? It comes from an English proverb which basically says that necessity is the mother of all inventions, right? Now, as Africans, we need a lot of things, right? And because we need a lot of things, we need to create items that assist us to go around those needs. And as we create, we invent, right? Now, the problem that we've always had is that our inventions have never been sustainable. They have been enough to sustain us, but not enough to replicate across multiple families, right? Now, I think the conversation moving us towards how we can replicate our solutions to be more sustainable over time will be a part 2 of this video. Today I want to actually look at how we go about solving our problems and going around our needs for us to be able to achieve and get what we need in order to survive, right? Now, I've seen a pattern in how we solve our problems. We usually understand that a problem exists when we see a symptom, right? A symptom is basically an indication that a problem exists, whereas a problem is the actual underlying problem, right? Which is called the root cause problem of other problems or symptoms, right? Now, how we go about solving this issue or our issues, we first go and solve the symptom instead of actually understanding the problem, right? Why do we go about solving the symptom? I believe it's because we are very impatient. We want this problem to get out of our hair as soon as possible. And because of that, we end up solving the wrong problem. And we end up not understanding the problem for what it actually is, no matter how small or how big, right? And as we solve these symptoms, we may be aggravating the problem and making it worse. And as we make it worse, we're wasting our own time and our own money. Solving the symptom might make the problem bigger than it was before, right? Which means we're going to have to take more time trying to understand and design solutions for the problem that we have probably created. Now, how can we understand the actual problem instead of understand the symptom and solve the symptom, right? I use a method called the 5 whys, right? Which basically states, when you identify a problem, ask why 5 times. Why the problem exists. Interrogate the problem 5 times and demand real answers from the problem that you are trying to solve, right? So, I want to take an example of being over in debt, right? Over indebtedness, as we call it, which is a big problem in our society. Now, I want to take Kabza and bring him back into the story, right? Kabza, he decides he's going to take on debt to pay for his wife's lobola. Kabza manna. Kabza kiyo hai. I get what we said to Kabza, bruv, the only time you should take debt on is to buy assets that will assist you to make money over time so that you can do whatever you need to do with the money that you've made in that time. Now, Wena, you decide you're going to take more debt to go and pay for your wife's or your fiance's lobola. What are you doing, though? What are you doing? You know? So, how do we get to the actual problem? Because we haven't solved the problem by telling Kabza that don't take debt. Instead, take debt to buy assets. We haven't solved the problem. Obviously, Kabza is suffering from a deeper problem that we understand, right? Now, the lobola and marriage thing in our culture is a very prominent and important part of our lives, right? Our families look up to somebody who has paid up lobola and has gotten married to their partners, and it's some sort of a life-changing commitment that is respected in multiple ways, at your workplace, back at home, and with yourself and amongst your friends, right? Now, it is important for you not to be afraid to interrogate the problem, right? You need to get down and dirty and ask the hard questions. And the hard questions are those that are going to bring you the meat that you can look at and start to decipher as something that takes you closer to solving this problem. Only when you understand the problem can you start to solve the problem. So ask why 5 times. Get in there and say, yes, I understand A, B, and C, but why A? Why B? Why C? Once you get an answer from that, ask why again. Get in, get down and dirty. Ask it. Uskatab. Don't be afraid. Ask. What are you afraid of? The actual problem? Understanding the actual problem is actually going to help you to move forward. Think about a problem as weight. If you're trying to move towards a particular direction with more weight on your back, it is more advantageous to you as you're moving forward for you to take off a bit of weight off your back in order for you to move at a much faster rate, right? So as soon as you can understand the problem and you can understand the problem for what it is and its magnitude, the sooner you can figure out how to get rid of this problem and live a life that is problem-free, you know? Something that we all dream of, right? So interrogate that problem. Ask why 5 times. Get down and dirty for each and every single answer that you get. Ask why, ask why, ask why, ask why. Right? As soon as you can get to a point where you don't know how to answer the next why and you say, I don't know, and you're about 4, 5, 6 levels in, then you know you've got the actual problem, you've got the root cause problem. And once you have that, you can start to administer some sort of solution for the problems that you have encountered, right? And it might not be one problem, because as you're going down, there are actual problems that are prevailing. But fixing the underlying one helps you to solve a lot of these ones that you've encountered as you've been asking why and drilling down into the problem. So it is important to ask that question, right? So we need to sit down and actually observe this entire Kabza situation and then figure out how we can assist a Kabza where there's too much debt, making bad decisions from a business perspective, using money unwisely and so on, right? And my next video will start to talk about how we can move from just living, just surviving and just living to becoming more prosperous in anything that we try to do and in trying to resolve the problems that we have in our lives, right? And all of this I'm going to try to bring together in the African context and the South African context in order for us to become prosperous and creatives who can create and invent things that are sustainable in the future, right? But yeah, man, it's a My Day Monday. You know what it is. You're a future legend. Let's get it.